FFIE stock could be in preparation for an upside move, but we actually need to take care of a couple things down here in the downside first before we do so. Let's go ahead and find out exactly what I mean by that in this video. What is up, you guys? This is ARCa coming at you with an FFIE technicals and raw price action thread of analysis. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa. But with that said, let's go ahead and dive right into the charts. We are looking at FFIE here on the 4-hour chart, and we can see that we have been riding this broadening descending wedge for some time now, actually, particularly to, let's see, September 9th. 2022 to present day. Okay, so now following the golden rule of three, which is something that I talk about here very often, and it's very particular to formations like this and descending channels. Okay, so you need 3 tests of the resistance before a capitulation event, and then a true breakout attempt in test number 4. Okay, so in this case, we have test number 1, 2, 3, and we have our capitulation event. And now we could be prepping for an upside move. Now, just in case there is confusion over the tests from the resistance here, this doesn't have to be a test. We can actually do test number 1, test number 2 here, 3, and now we're gonna go for 4. So just in case there is confusion with the tests of resistance, there is actually a backup for us to be able to look at per se. Okay, so now what do I mean by a potential upside, right? So first of all, let's look at some a quick little formation that we're forming right down here, and it may be actually visible in a bi-hourly or the hourly chart. Yeah, maybe the hourly. Okay, so let's go ahead and just draw some trend lines here. So we're going to take a trend line here, and we're going to draw it to the downside just like this here. So, and then we can use this this line from the red box down here as that point of support. So what you're looking at here is a right-angled triangle or a descending triangle, and usually this formation does have a bullish and a bearish price objective. And the way that we can actually acquire that price objective is taking a trend line from the top or from the hypotenuse of the triangle down to the support or the lowest level of the triangle, and we apply it to the point of breakout. So in this case, let's just say that we were to break out in the immediate short term from down here at the very apex of the triangle. You can actually see that the price objective to the bullish side is actually very much in confluence with our NOT 236 at about 38 cents, 39 cents. Okay, so now if we were to apply it to the downside, we would see a test down to 24.25, in which I don't think we have any prior price action in that level. That would be yet again another 52-week low for FFIE. Okay, so we have talked about the challenges that these types of assets present when we're in discovery mode down to the to the downside. This presents a challenge for traders like me because I usually trade based on data, on historical volatility, historical price action. So in this case, since there is literally nothing in these down at these levels and throughout the entire trading history of FFIE, which has been around since about July 2021, that kind of presents a challenge. Okay, so usually when I do systematic based trades, system based trades, this would be more of a discretionary trade alone. Okay, and I usually don't like to do those types of trades. But another thing that we can look at within this formation is the fact that we're approaching the apex. And usually these triangles tend to break out at about 70-75% to the apex, and we still haven't gotten that break, which means that we could potentially be measuring this wrong. So in that case, we can actually make a quick adjustment to the formation, and we can actually do this to it instead, in which case now we are at about 75% complete, or about 80%. So if we are gonna if we are going to abide by the playbook rules of the descending triangle or a right angle triangle, then breakout could be imminent. and that breakout has a price objective of, like I said, actually, you know what, we can make a new price objective. So let's that is an old fib, but I mean, it's still mathematically backed, it's okay. But let's go ahead and make a new one from the swing high of the formation itself to the current swing low, which would be that red candle where the cursor is on the left. Okay, so let's take a look at what that price objective would be. So aside from, actually, you know what? I don't want it to be to the top of the triangle. So we'll make a shorter term swing high. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we'll do it from this high here to this low, and see what that gets us. So now let's go ahead and apply that trend line one more time so we can get that price objective, right? So we're going to do this, and we're going to apply it to the, let's just say around here, right? So it does take us to a suggestive target of about, let's see, 39, almost 40 cents, which is confluent with the 4.618 golden mean or golden ratio. So that is a strong potential, you guys. So now let's take a look at the moving averages to see if we have anything as okay, so we do. Okay, well, there could be a first stop in that upside move, which could be the SMA 100. This is the 100-day simple moving average, which has direct confluence with the 2.618 at 35 cents. Okay, so there is the potential to where we can make an upside move. We do have the 50-day moving average, the 50-day simple, and the 10-day simple as a form of resistance currently, but that's just because we've been faced with a massive amount of bearish price action to the downside. So okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next chart. So this is something I wanna talk to you guys about. So particularly to the downside. Okay, before we actually move on, let me look at one more thing. Yeah, upon confirmation of the hourly candle sets, it is possible that we can actually test the wick low of this candle, and we also have a previous gap that we can actually, you guys know, if you're a regular viewer of my channel, you'll know that I usually talk about leaving in prior gaps in the price action for the use of a continued support or resistance of sorts. So there is a potential to where we can actually test that support bottom one more time. Based on these candles just getting so small, it looks like we could actually make a small downside move, maybe even a wick down to 30 cents or 30.31 to be exact, before a continuation to the upside. There is still that last support right down here at about 29.82, and we can also make that a wick down to that low. It would still be okay. Another thing that we can look at is, for example, the trend line of the broadening descending wedge, which now let's open up on the 4-hour just so we can see if that's it's a very low target. It's about 28 cents down to this level here. So the good thing is that we're printing a 4-hour bullish candle here. So this can usually present a continuation to the upside, but this candle is making it almost invalidated. So some downside could actually be in the cards, and it may not actually be all the way down to this level 27. It actually may be at the lowest point to 29.80. Please don't take this as any type of financial advice, okay? Make sure to do your own DD, as I can't suggest for you to be able to buy or sell any assets. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as a form of entertainment only, okay? Do your own DD, we'll be okay. All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to that next chart. So these are a particular set of indicators that have been made in partnership with Crypstex Trading. So this is, they have, in a sense, endorsed me now, and they have given me a set of indicators since they like the way that I trade. So they want me to promote it to you guys to see if you guys are interested. So this particular indicator is called ARCa, and this is comprised of several exponential moving averages put very close together so that we can algorithmically apply it to the price action so that we can see a wave of direction, and it also gives us long and short signals, or buy or sell signals, if you will. So for example, here we got a long signal, it went up. We got a short signal, it went down. Long signal, it went up. We have a short signal, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about. The short signal is on, and it still has not recovered the into a long signal. So the potential of this continuing to the downside, I have found some success. I have found success within these indicators, and I've been forward testing them, and they are showing me some success. Another indicator here too is the ARC enhanced MACD, and it also has buy and sell signals as well. And as you can see, we do have a bear or a sell signal still in play for the moving average convergence divergence indicator. So that would be MACD, or enhanced MACD, which is actually right over here, the ARC enhanced MACD. These indicators can be available to you. All you have to do is just send me a message on a DM on Twitter or on Discord or whatever, and I'll give you the terms. I'll show you guys how they can be acquired and all that good stuff. Okay, so yeah, this is what I wanted to touch on, that there is still a short signal in play. It could be temporary. I mean, I do give this some credit. I mean, look at this. This thing flashed a signal right up here, and look what happened. So it does show a fair amount of accuracy. Okay, so now let's go ahead and gauge a bias for direction in the RSI signal. Okay, so this is actually something that I wanted to show you guys, and I'm gonna bring up an image here that can actually benefit my retail investors, for you guys to be able to tag along as I talk. This is actually a divergence chart, and this divergence chart is usually something that you should be using if you don't remember the divergences by memory. Okay, so in this case, what you are looking at is a series of lower lows in price action, and in the RSI, you're looking at a series of higher lows. So what that usually indicates is a bullish divergence. In this case, you're looking at the price action making lower lows and the RSI signal making higher lows. In this case, we're looking at we're looking at three drives of primary bullish regular divergence. Okay, so this is signaling an upside soon. I wouldn't consider, we are in the 12-hour chart. Sorry for the stutter. So I wouldn't consider this to be the solidification of these three bullish drives of divergence here, of the bullish divergence. I wouldn't think that this is it. So the upside could likely be coming in after some more validations of the support at the bottom of our trend over here. So we do need to solidify a couple things to the downside before an upside move can be applied. Now, I don't see the biggest. I don't see a trade confirmation, to be honest with you. And since we're looking at that price action happening in the way that it is, it only signals sideways trading, which is I'm starting to look at. And yeah, so the 30-minute time frame RSI is suggesting sideways. Okay, so I have actually made a diagram here for the new viewers and new listeners. These are the RSI properties that I have. So 1, 2, 3, 4 zones. They're blown up right over here for you to take a look at and tag along as I talk. Okay, so the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame is suggesting no bias in direction. It is very much neutral. Same with the bi-hourly, very much neutral. The 6-hour is also neutral, and the daily. So this, you guys, there's let's just go up massively to the 3-day is also sideways. 5-day sideways? Are you kidding? The weekly is sideways? No way. Is this a joke? Like, we're looking at the monthly sideways and the bi-weekly sideways. Okay, so this is a really important thing that I'm going to say. My mentor actually told me once that, and I mentioned this a couple times already, but for the new listeners, my mentor actually told me once that if you can't find the edge within your strategy for the particular trade or ticker that you're looking at, sometimes the best way to make money is to keep the money. So I think I will forever abide by that, and I think he's right. So it's a very discretionary manner of taking care of things, but that's why I'm partly discretionary, mostly systematic. So I'm not finding any edge in direction here. So I would like I would like to at least have a suggestion for where we're moving. And so far, the only suggestions that I'm getting are these candles and Crypstex telling us a potential continuation to the downside, which now I hold in higher regard, by the way. Okay, so I think this is a pretty good place for me to leave off the video. If you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to reach out to me within Discord or Twitter. I'll make sure to leave the links in the description below for you to consider joining the ARCa trading community in Discord. Okay, but with that said, I wish you well, a good night, and a great weekend, and I will catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios.